So in our last video I have told you how to make different centerpieces of different color, how to arrange them in correct order, how to make white cross and how to make yellow centerpiece. In this video I will make sure to teach you how to join these corners in a perfect order so that you can later just join them like this. So what I'm going to do is take any two edges and going to just make them one like this one. I have yellow orange and here also yellow orange. What I'm going to do is just follow my hands, it will be easy for you. This is a very simple algorithm and you can use muscle memory, and I know this cube has a lot of algorithms if you want to learn this properly, and I will recommend JPOM to learn all different algorithms related to this and all different methods related to solving a 4x4. But for now, just stick to my video if you are a beginner. So what the hell I have done? Okay, this is popping out again. So what I have done? Well, nothing other than making these together. See? It is actually pretty simple if you don't dive deep into it. Like this, you have to join other edges also. Let me show you how. In order to save them, you can just place them in their correct position or can do just nothing. So by these moves you can easily do it. But there is one problem with you all. What if this piece and this piece are just in the same plane? They are not in a diagonal position and you don't know how to place them in a diagonal position. So here is an algorithm which will help you in this. First you have to use the slice moves, and now do this. And now do this, and voila, these two are back in their position. Isn't that great? Now by this algorithm you can easily solve edges which are unable to be connected in diagonal. But if you don't want to do this algorithm, you can do this thing. Like here is another example with green and orange, and here also orange and green, and I don't want to do that algorithm again because I can't remember this, or I don't want to be a speed cuber for a 4x4. I want to be a speed cuber for a 3x3. And what the hell I can do? Well, you can do this. Just place it like a normal edge and then replace it, and now you can just directly use those other methods which I have told you. Now these two are back in a parallel position, so you can do whatever hell you want to do. But I highly recommend don't do this method because as you can see, it can interrupt with other edge pieces. Let me show you how. So if I try to do this, the yellow comes in the middle. But there is still one way to do this. Just flip, in this case just flip it and do like this. Just remember that you should have at least one side which can replace this without wasting any other one which you have done earlier, and that way it will be easier for you to solve this puzzle. Also, for now, I am not going to take any time worries that I am putting in the incorrect order, because I can solve it later on like a regular 3 by 3. Okay, again the same case, red yellow and red yellow can't connect it diagonally, but now as you can see almost every place is filled, and if I try to just even do this, I can easily endanger any other pieces. So let's check we can actually do this or not. I'm pretty curious myself. And yes, we can actually do that, but another problem, there is no edge remaining here which can be you use to swap them. So as you can see, and now there is no edge to swap them, only these two are remaining, and there is no other edge to swap them from. So what I'm going to do is going to do that algorithm again. And that has swapped these pieces again, which are in parallel to each other. And that's why you need to learn algorithms. You can just do this algorithm. So it is the algorithm which I was using to flip the parallel pieces with each other, and as you can see, this actually works. So what is it? It is x r u r prime f r prime f prime r x u prime x prime. So after this, you will see that the 4x4 is simplified to a 3x3, and now you can use your 3x3 experience to solve this 4x4, and it's going to be pretty easy for you now. So you don't need this anymore. You can just use beginner's method if you want to play safe, or you can use advanced methods such as CFOF and others. If you use RU, then use RU method. If you use ZZ, then use ZZ. But don't use Petrus. Petrus sucks, believe me. Even though it is for speed solving, but eventually you will find that Petrus is too slow to keep up, and it doesn't worth it nowadays. So yeah, just don't use Petrus method. You can use your regular CFOF. You can use F12 and another move to solve the remaining 4x4. It will be pretty easy and pretty fun. But don't use the 4x4 which I am using. It gave a lot of block ups, and it simply doesn't corner cut. So if you are having any 4x4 which is of magic or little magic, just don't use that right now. I don't know whether Little Magic has mass produced some good 4x4s or not, but till the date we are still waiting for them to make a better 4x4 at least. And now you can just use any method to solve this. So that's it for today's video. In third installment of solving a 4x4, I will tell you how to solve an H polarity case. Here is a quick review for that. So I hope you have enjoyed this video, and in the next installment of this video, I will tell you how to solve the polarity cases in a 4x4. I have seen the quick review. It is for PLL polarity, and I will meet you next time when I will show you how to solve OLL and PLL polarity. And then if you want to know even more about the 4x4, then I will highly recommend you the 3 to 3 edge pairing method, for which I recommend you JBomb's video, because that is a highly simplified version for solving a 4x4 by 3 to 3 edge polarity, in which you will learn how to solve edge pieces even faster than before. But before that, I will request you all to do practice on a 4x4 by the method which I have told you, and you can use polarity cases also, in which we will know at the third installment of this series of solving a 4x4. So good luck and stay tuned for the upcoming videos.